Right now is a great time to remember that luck is neutral. You ever have something really bad happen, but because that really bad thing happened a couple months later, or a couple years later, something actually really good comes out of it? Welcome to the end of 2024. That is the rest of the year for us, and really into January as well. Our nodes switch over, the lunar nodes switch over January 11th. They're going to be moving into Pisces and Virgo. Now, with the South Node that was in Scorpio, 2021 to 2023, we were asked to get really comfortable taking power, being powerful, having power taken from us. It was a really hard, harsh time for a lot of people and for a lot of different, very personal reasons. Scorpio is about like our deepest, darkest secrets. South Node in Libra, which is where we are currently, it's asked us to really balance like what was done during that South Node in Scorpio. Did you do what you wanted? Did you not do what you wanted? Are you able to look at the higher perspective in the higher road and have an understanding of why you had to go through what you went through? Are you able to take accountability and responsibility for the things that you did that maybe were not very just? We've had time to adjust in that energy, and with the way that our transits are moving currently, our fates are changing and rearranging, okay? So good. Listen, I love fate, I love change, I love presence. Let's talk about it. For me, fate, change, and presence, those are the three beings that I call on, work with, ask for help if I need it, when I am looking to find clarity when it comes to fate and crossings, crossroads, making those decisions in life. One of the things I've been doing in my practice, well, that I've really kind of been asked to sit down and do, if that's also true, is to have the higher perspective right now. Really look back at the story over the previous 3 or 4 years. Look at all the ways that the big moments, like the very impactful moments in your life, how were they woven? How did you treat that other person, and how did they treat you, and what came out of it because of that? And are there any other moments in your life where that same thing has happened, or that same pattern of a relationship, or that same pattern of an offering? With Saturn in Pisces right now, which is about to go direct, and that's a part of this, we're being asked to find the order within those sort of veiled spaces or spiritual perspectives within the order that we've created within those crossings. And right now, oh my gosh, there's probably over the previous 3 or 4 years, some things where you have been crossed with something and you chose a different path. Those crossings of fate, they sometimes take years to relate. It takes a long time for those things to come up out of the well, to come up from the roots. It takes a long time sometimes. It doesn't always happen instantaneously. It doesn't always happen overnight. Sometimes you really have to sit in it and fight for it, work for it, and like move through stuff that maybe you don't really want to. Also true. So if you're able to do that homework, if you wanted a little extra homework, nobody really wants homework, but if you want to see the reward of it, just to have the perspective of it, those are some perspectives to sit with. And if you can tell, how is it in the small details of those crossings that you were able to change either the fate of others? How did you cross other people? And how was your fate changed because you were crossed with something and you decided to take a different path than you did 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago? Bigger perspectives, but we got a lot of big stuff going on right now. And if you have chosen to create a different fate for yourself, create different sorts of crossings for you, congratulations, Pluto is almost in Aquarius. We're almost done with the bindings of Pluto and Capricorn, which means we're almost done. Bindings, crossings. We're almost done with the fates of Pluto and Capricorn. So good. So relate as needed, Go back and look at your fates and your crossings and those big impactful moments. See the patterns of how they work together. Do they reflect each other? Do those different crossings look like each other? And then look at your decisions. It's Scorpio season. We have the sun highlighting what we have willed and our will and the impact of our decisions and what we want with our decisions right now, which honestly I think is really helpful for this. And fate's changing. So if you had a lot of really bad stuff happen and you're able to relate, oh wow, actually I did handle that pretty well, there you go. Probably some good stuff is coming through. Gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Keep doing what you need to do. Keep up your brew. This process, I want to say this before we go, this process requires your truth and your honesty by a lot. You can't lie to fate. You can, but then you weave a fate of lying. So just do your best to have the perspectives you need with yourself and give yourself patience. Yeah, be patient with yourself and be patient with the process if this is something that you go and decide to do, if you feel like it's necessary for you. Because sometimes you see a crossing, you look at your life and you're like, oh wow, I could have handled that better. Oh wow. And so you have to, forgiveness for the self and working through those things. So if that ends up being you, then just have patience. Forgiveness, love yourself through it, also true. Gratitude, reverence, and love to you. I don't know if I already said that. I know I say it in most of my videos, but anyways, I'll talk to you soon. Keep up your brew.